The PS5 was released 4 years ago. If you remember, nobody can get one due to the shortage created by the pandemic. Now you can buy one in almost every shop. But with all the rumors about the PS5 getting released at the end of 2024 and being ready for Christmas, made me think if it's still worth buying a PS5 or it's better to wait. Especially since the PS5 Pro is estimated to cost around $550 US. Well, let's find out. Now the first thing when you're going to buy a console, you need to think about the games you want to play. And Sony has a lot of exclusives that are worth playing. Games like Gran Turismo, Stellar Blade, God of War, and Spider-Man make it worth thinking and actually buying a PS5 because they are amazing games. They are really good games that you can't play on any other console. So let's discuss a little bit about the PS5 and overall what it's coming from. The controller feels amazing, and I'm not a big fan of the shoulders on some of the games. For example, on racing games, you know, you have that feedback and stuff like this. In a way, still giving you a really good experience while playing games. Now, the thing that I really love about this controller is that it's coming with a battery built in. So it's not like an Xbox when you have to like change the battery, put new batteries in and stuff like that. This one is just rechargeable. You just plug an USB-C cable here, you recharge it, and I think it's 10 times better than having, you know, to swipe batteries. In a situation when you're running out of batteries on the Xbox, you're stuck. You need to search fast for a cable and things like this. While with the PlayStation, I'm sorry, you can easily just play, and then when you're finished, just plug it to charge and that's it. And I think it's a really good idea. Now when it comes to the interface of the PlayStation 5, I really love the home screen of the PlayStation. It's easy to use, you have all your games on the screen, and it's easier to navigate compared to something like the Xbox. Now when it comes to performance, there's nothing to complain here. Games are optimized well to run perfectly on the PS5, and depending on your monitor, you can choose up to 120 Hz to play your games. But I'm pretty sure with time, all of the games will go to 30 frames per second, since a PS5 is not like a computer, so you can upgrade it, just, I don't know, upgrade the processor or the GPU on it. Then the developers will literally be forced to lock a game on 30 frames per second. So I'm thinking with time, even though we have now the 120 frames per second, I'm pretty sure with time it will be limited to 30 frames per second, so the developers can continue to release games for the PS5. But it's still console games, you know, console gamer, you play with 30 frames per second most of your life. So I'm pretty sure most of the things will not affect you, since most of the people, they're just casual gamers and they're not going to see this difference of, oh, there's not 130 Hz, they're not 60 Hz, stuff like that. No, it's going to be 30 Hz and you'll be able to play the games and you'll be happy. Rather than buying a new console, you'll probably prefer to just play it in 30 frames per second and still enjoy your game. Now when it comes to subscription, Sony, how you know, it has a subscription which is called PS Plus, which is something like an Xbox Game Pass comparison. And while they don't provide, in my opinion, the same value from Game Pass, they still have a good catalog of games. The only difference is that Sony exclusives are not available on day one. So for example, on Xbox, we all know that, you know, games are coming out day one, they're going to be on the Xbox Game Pass. While Sony, they don't put it on Xbox Game Pass from day one. You have to wait a couple of months, maybe a year, until a new game will end up on the Sony's subscription. For example, Spider-Man, if you remember, is now on the PlayStation Plus, but Spider-Man 2 is not. They still want to make the money from the selling, and then once they're, you know, happy with the sale and everything, they will put the game on PlayStation Plus. So in my opinion, it makes the PlayStation Plus subscription degrade a little bit. It's not worth as much, but in the same time you still have a good catalog of games so you can play, especially if you don't want to just throw money on games every single time when you want to play a new game. The problem is that in this one you don't own the game, so the moment you cancel the subscription, you can't play the games anymore, exactly like the Xbox Game Pass. And that's why personally I prefer to just purchase the games, and if I want to play it 2 years from now, I still own it, so I'll be able to play it. But this is something that you guys will have to choose which road do you want to go. You want to go subscription, or you want to just buy it straight. Now when it comes to game price, now the game price is pretty expensive if you ask me. I mean, I want to play, let's say, 2 games. I want to play Stellar Blade and Spider-Man 2. This will cost me 120 British pounds because I'm from the UK. And to be honest, if you ask me, this is ridiculous. But this is not something that you can blame Sony. The same prices will be on most of the games, even if you play on Xbox or you're buying them from Steam on Windows PC. So this is kind of where the industry is going right now, and the prices are literally going up. You know, I remember a couple of years ago it was $49.99, now it's $59.99, it's $79.99, $89.99, and not to say there are games where they're starting to lack missions and stories behind the paywall. Like for example, Ubisoft will have to pay and buy the Ultimate Edition or stuff like this if you want to get a new mission and a new storyline and the extra content, which is getting ridiculous. So when it comes to prices, I can't blame Sony, but in the same time, Sony does develop most of the games when it comes to exclusives. I think they will try. In my opinion, it will be better if they will reduce the prices of their exclusive. Like this, they will have more sales and probably they will sell more consoles because, you know, people are saying, oh, you can buy that game, which is way cheaper on the PlayStation rather than the Xbox. Or Xbox doesn't have that game and Sony has it and it's like $39.99. I understand that, you know, right now they're on, you know, is the best selling console in the world. So Sony will take advantage of this one and will price the games to recover the money and make a good profit on it. But I'm pretty sure that if we reduce the prices of the games, people will buy more. So this is my opinion, but you know, I'm not a business person, so they do what they think is the best for them, not for us. So overall, I think the PS5 is still an amazing deal in 2024. You have a good catalog of games to play, you have a good performance and good graphics. But if rumors are true that the PS5 Pro is coming out at the end of the year, it's kind of hard to say go and buy it. It's kind of like I will try to recommend you guys to wait, because you can buy a PS5 at the moment for $400 and you can buy the PS5 Pro for $550 if the rumors are true. Personally, I don't think the PS5 Pro is going to come out in 2024. I'm expecting about 2026, 2027 a release date. Not in 2024. It's literally just 4 years after the PS5 was released. It's still a powerful console. It can play all the games and nobody's complaining about it. The only complaints that we get is from Xbox Series S. It's low, well, underpowered. But the PS5 Pro, I'm not seeing it in 2024. But you never know. Maybe Sony is trying to surprise us because they want that money. So yeah, should you go and buy it? Personally, I would say yes, because if you think about it, between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, most of the games, and I'm pretty sure if not all the games, will be available on the PS5, even if the PS5 Pro is coming out. Probably the Pro will be like, oh, you get 4K 240 frames per second, while on the PS5 Pro, while on the PS5, I'm sorry, you just get the normal 120 or 60 frames per second and stuff like this. So I'm pretty sure you'll still be able to play your games, enjoy everything, and probably will be just low resolution. The PS5 Pro will probably do something like, you know, how I said earlier, 4K and things like this. So personally, I will still buy it. I will probably go something on eBay if you want it cheaper, or go to, you know, pawn shops and stuff like this where you can find it cheaper. Buy one and enjoy it, because PS5 Pro, I am pretty sure is not going to come out, but you never know. Maybe Sony will surprise us. But yeah. This is my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This will tell YouTube that you like my video and it will push it to other people as well. And I will see you guys next one.